Yes, people, the Toffees are here. Welcome to an Everton career mode. I'm all over the place, but I'm going to show you the team we begin with. This is a long journey ahead of us. We're going to turn this team into a Champions League winning one. Playing games, growing players, growing youth, growing everything. Even my face in the camera. Didn't realise it was actually that close. But we've got to bring this team, speaking of being close, to some sort, I would say, Champions Europa Conference League football. We are 43 points in, 1 up on the goal difference. With David Moyes in charge, Brentford being the shocks of this season, really going to be hard to get round them. Then Chelsea, Liverpool, more unrealistic to catch. And I don't think we're winning this season with the live points, which unfortunately rules us out of signings with 35 million. Then again, I don't think we're going to be signing players anyway. We're going to give this chance, or this team, a chance, which has been doing brilliantly to get into the position that they are in. An unknown injury? I've never seen that said before. Same with Seamus Coleman. We know the one with Grealish. He's going to be out for most of the season as Jordan Pickford the best player. Then Iliman and Dye trusted on the right-hand side. Maybe could change to the left, as this man could be trusted more. Tyler Diblin was a big signing from over at Southampton, as the top scorer this season is Dewsbury Hall and Tieno Barry, actually. Joint on goals. As Michael Keane we can re-sign. Mikolenko. I think I am going to re-sign these players up today, as we're going to go from now till the end of the season, next season, starting the transfer window, which I think will have you guys excited, because get your comments down below on some potential signings. And whilst you're down there below, leave a like, and please do subscribe. We're on the race to 5,000 subscribers on the second channel if you are watching on the second channel. And we're desperate to actually reach it, as Michael Keane, not important, but rotational here at Everton, as he does sign up a 1-year deal. And Mikolenko gets different treatment. He's meeting up in the restaurant where he signs a 3-year deal. Do want to keep him around, maybe even as a backup if we replace him in the near future, and he's the second highest paid. Didn't expect that to be the case, as we already have a formed youth academy report, and I do want to bring you through at Everton. Who's the best right here? It is Caleb Cummings. Then we have Vasily Anthony. A few more. I'm going to promote these top 2, maybe make the new Finch Farm heroes. Sending this scout out again, Jonathan Schofield. He has to check in England, and I am going to buy another scout. We can at this point in the season, or the save, having just the second half to go. Austin Leonard to Scotland, searching for a new huge attacker to join up with the Scottish manager, maybe with the next Duncan Ferguson, as here with Everton, I think we're doing quite well in the league, so I'm going to come out of the deep approach just a little bit. Yes, Moyes is still in charge, but I do have to implement my tactics somewhat. To get this team playing, I think Playmaker is really good for Dewsbury Hall, and Dye can score quite a few goals. McNeil, I'll keep more out wide. O'Brien on the full-back role because he's predominantly a centre-back, and Tarkowski as a stopper, so he's further back than O'Brien. And I genuinely think they're good changes. The only thing is the personnel. Beto being the backup, I am going to trust him to maybe make an impact in the games that we have to play. Jared Branthwaite's back, and for me, he goes straight into this 11. And McNeil is going to be dragged. That's the first change I want to make here, because Tyler Diblin, criminally underrated, and I think deserves his chance alongside maybe Tim Irogbunam in the midfield with Gardner. The English link up, this man only 22-year-old. Statistically very strong. As we're aiming to be stronger, I'm going to get some coaches in before this first game, and of course we start with Arsenal. Yeah, you don't get it easy, do you, in the Premier League? Arsenal, I do want to see their lineup. We've got some big players in there that can hopefully keep their world class out. I do want to see their lineup. Obviously it's not changing much, but David Raya, I'm going to expect Gabriel, no Saliba. Eze actually starts a game. Okay, not what I fully expected. Let's go Toffees, and Dye's having to play on the left due to the formation switch up, and we need to get passing the ball right here. Tim Erogbunam into Vitaly Milenko. I can't really say his name correctly when speaking very quick, as Dewsbury Hall over the top into Undai. If you're going to be playing in Europe, you don't want to make passes like that. You tell him, David Moyes. Must be better. And Saka into Gyökeres. Loses the ball, and I mean Arsenal will be a little bit threatened. They've got the big points tally on City of I think 7 points. However, we've got to stop that, and Gay is actually considering retirement. Timber into Martinelli. That's a stunning save from the best keeper in the league, in my opinion. But it's set piece again. Ole, ole. They've messed it up. You don't expect that from the Gunners. Thierry Barry looking at Tyler Diblin at the top of my screen, going to try and find him. He wins his header. How has Tyler Diblin been the only change I make and score that obscene goal? Just like Wolverhampton, Arsenal messing around at the back, no communication between Hincapié and David Raya. Tyler Diblin has us won up. He has us won up against the league leaders and Saka. Right, we're going to be hanging on from here on out. I can sense it. As there we go, the half-time whistle though. We've survived the first 45 and got a goal. You're welcome, Manchester City. And Eze onto Martinelli. This is where they're going to threaten. Look at that Travella pass. Gyökeres! A poor man's Tyler Diblin, it seems. Failing to get his head on that. And Zubimendi's finally been put on. It looks like they're actually panicking. Going back to the main team. I think the Champions League actually might have put the Gunners off. Iliman Ndiaye! That is a quality finish in front of the travelling Toffees. A 6th goal of the season for Iliman Ndiaye. And the Toffees, I believe, will beat the Gunners in our first game. As we do. We jump above Brentford still with the game in hand, and our next game, vitally or equally as important, it's Chelsea. I usually don't like playing back-to-back. I like a simulation and everything. The team's fully fit for this one. Dewsbury Hall, his ex-club. Tyler Diblin with a fantastic performance. Almost time for him and Ndiaye to change. Or just Iliman, 1 week. It shouldn't really change his rating. And a player returning from injury, Carlos Alcaraz, who permanently joined the club. Beto wants a new contract. I haven't got a chance to see him yet. And you never know. If we are struggling here against the Blues, maybe he makes an appearance. As for now, though, the Blues are in town at the Hill Dickey. Our first game at the new home of Toffees, which is kind of a reason I wanted to start this save. The last time we were in England, we did my club Grimsby Town. We never ended up changing the stadium. We were at Town Park, or as I like to call it, Blundell Park, for the entire save as Caicedo. Neto takes it off of him. They're going to be up for this one here, with Liam Rosenior under a bit of pressure. I think this will be harder than Arsenal, a lot more on the line. Arsenal had that point gap. I've made a shortlist as well for signings for the start of next season. A few of them at Chelsea. We've got Tyreek George in our reserves as Cole Palmer looking at the back post for the instant crossing, and it's a good job we got that header away. Tyler Diblin making the same run again, and if it doesn't fail, why not try it again? Oh, Robert Sanchez, the man who's usually absolutely garbage when I've seen him play. IRL pulls off a quality stop. And Timo Rogbenham, it's another one. Oh my days. Right, edge of the box runs. Let's try a header. We've got Tarkowski and Branthwaite in the box. We don't even get past the front post. Just keep blocking the passing lanes. Hato into Caicedo. That's Hato very far forward. Chelsea high forward. They wouldn't deserve this. Cucurella, run from João Pedro. The first goal is conceded. João Pedro just made his way into the box. That killed our first half off, and it's the first goal we've actually conceded, with David Moyes, of course, being a, well, I don't like to say it, but a defensive-minded coach. The people on the outside, as Dewsbury Hall, we need a smart turn there against his former club, and it's unlocked a lot of space where Dewsbury Hall should have been. Barry leaves it, maybe the correct decision. Tyler Diblin! Thierry Barry with his first Everton goal under my reign. He does a nice little cheeky celebration. Is that alluding to the chicken man Richarlison, who used to be at this parish? Or Goodison Park, actually. That's a fine goal now. But if we can have that killer instinct, we won't just be chasing the Conference League, but the Europa, which David Moyes has experienced in both. There's Cole Palmer, though, onto João Pedro again. He's trying all the skills. Tarkowski gets the block in. Our defence really passing out well. They're not ball-playing centre-backs, far from it, but still, I want to work on their passing. Irogbunham, that's a brilliant back heel. Dewsbury Hall, if he can try and unlock Iliman Ndiaye, he can. Maybe turns inside with a cheap ball into Tim. Just going for that header as Dewsbury Hall onto Ndiaye. Tim Irogbunham round as well onto Thierry Barry. Just pass it backwards. Oh, he set off as well. Now need to get this round the corner. It's Tyler Diblin into Dewsbury Hall. Scenes if that went in. Scenes, the ex-Chelsea man. Think he would have actually celebrated. Tyler Dibley not across the deck. Oh, that was a killer. And look which the next game is. It is Brentford 6th v 8th after that 1-1 draw. Tim very happy with maybe wanting a new contract because of his game time. I liked Tim in that game. I actually pictured me signing a new DM. And if he wants a new contract, sure. We've got him here for 4 years. Maybe a little premature, but Ndai is now a left mid. And an international injury crisis. Oh no. Jordan Pickford. Jordan Pickford, are you kidding me? 6 weeks. 6 weeks in a Europa League push. That means game time has to go to Mark Travers. 72 overall. I'm not excited about that. And I actually do want to simulate Brentford because I think Liverpool after that in the derby is more crucial to play. Then David Moyes goes back to his former club. Man City, Spurs. Without Jordan Pickford now. This is seriously going to be a tough test. Wow, though. We are actually flying on momentum. Iliman Ndiaye goes ahead and stings the bees before we play the derby at home. And we're well rested for it. No international football gives us that time to regroup and go again. Mark Travers is the only player that's making a difference in this first 11. Tyler Dibley now up to a 75 overall, still only 20 himself. This is it, the Merseyside derby. Whether you're going for Europa League, Conference League, Champions League, the Premier League, you've got to win games like this. If you're a Blues fan, it does mean everything. We're not just chasing here, we're playing for pride. An Ekatike swift turn by Hugo. The worst possible start we could have got off to. Liverpool. They've scored straight away. They'll be well rested as well. Only a travel across the ocean or the Mersey. Trying to unfry my mind from Ekatike, just making that look way too easy. Expect them to get control and expect them to finish the ball. Cody Gakpo, we're coming across with Tarkowski. He needs to make the big block on here. He doesn't. It's a ball towards Ryan Gravenberch. Surely handball. We've took it off the feet of a man there. And Salah, Tim to be the one to clear it. Everton flood forward. Dewsbury Hall, back heel, I love it. Him and Jack Grealish, if Jack comes back before the end of the season, could be deadly. And Barry is always looking for that ball over the top. With a free kick given right here. And it's going to be James Gardner if he can get it over Hugo Ekatike. That could be good. We need to be better. And O'Brien takes the ball off them right here. Tarkowski, Tim through the middle. We need to make this second half count a little bit more, like we did against Chelsea. Dewsbury Hall, he's got space, he can let fly. Unlucky, but David Moyes usually doesn't lose derbies, at least without going down with a fight. Come on. Gardner, the space on that right-hand side. If Dibley just makes the move, which he does do here. Barry's in front. Dewsbury Hall is on the edge. We go instead for Dewsbury Hall. Go near post. He has slipped it under Alisson in the 85th minute. Everton will draw Derby Day. Yes, it's another point. But what a crucial point. Unless anything happens in the dying embers of this huge fixture. But no, nothing else happened, and Tim, despite playing well, Harrison Armstrong will offer cover and potentially put up a fight. To be in that first team, it's down to 8th again. It's 6 to 8, 6 to 8, we're missing out 7. 51 points. This is going down to the wire with West Ham in the relegation zone up next. Spurs getting away from it. They're not out of danger yet, however, and we did have that money. Remember, I said I was getting coaches in, and I did say I was getting the youth. We're going back to it. I'm going to look through for the best, potentially over 60 rated that our scouts found, and 2 players. We got Jack Burns, a flying Scotsman, and then we got Will Rutherford. Yes, it's another Rutherford, and it looks like the one we literally just had on the Grimsby save. If you haven't checked it out, please go ahead and do so. Massive road to glory as O'Brien and Tarkowski. Injuries are going to cost us. Tarkowski, 8 weeks. O'Brien's dislocated his shoulder, 2 weeks. We're absolutely to the bare bones. Don't forget Grealish and Pickford are also out. Now we're going to have to rely on Keane and Pato. Good job we gave Keane that contract. Time for him to earn his money. As away at his former club, we lose to the relegation battling West Ham. At least we do get a point against Manchester City, now top of the league. We are still in this fight. A 3-1 win over Crystal Palace. Another goal Tyler Diblin, and Tim Orugbunam against Sunderland leaves us currently in 7th. We're above Brentford, behind Chelsea, and we're not going to actually catch unless we win this final game 15-0. However, this is crucial. That's the team that's been playing. It's rather weak, if I say so myself. The defence at the right-hand side. Yes, I love Tyler Diblin, but don't forget he's actually in his 2nd season of full professional football in the Premier League. And at least Jake O'Brien's back. Travers is in goal, with the next game being Spurs and everything on the line. Huge. They are actually still trying to battle relegation. Igor Tudor's still in charge, so they are going to persist till the end of the season with the Croatian ex-defender, as this is a stadium to get Conference League football. What an occasion to do it. I bet some of our fans are on the High Line or Skywalk thing, trying to look back down onto the field to get a decent view as Dewsbury Hall, with Barry going out wide. Iliman and Dye want to get this to the back post. Tyler Diblin's been decent at heading at the start of this save. Cleared away, however. And Mo Kudus, they're going to be up for this. They're at home against relegation. Spurs have got the more pressure on them. That's good dribbling by Mikalenko. Tim, no, he doesn't get around. Javi Simmons. Conor Gallagher. No. This is building up. Spence, he gets around us. He's got the sweaty into the box. We tried everything to keep that out. This is where we thrive. It is a counter-attack, and Dewsbury Hall, I think. Barry's offside. If he is, that is shameful. For me, should have stayed on easily, as that is a very dull first half. Especially with the amount we've actually got riding on it. And Spurs, you're fighting relegation, and you're trying the tactic that gives away possession. Are you sure, Igor Tudor? Because we've got the ball straight away. You're playing a high line in the defence, and Iliman and Dye's going to try exploit it. Here he goes. He likes a cut inside himself. He could try and pass this. Oh, and he's off the post. That should have been 1-0. Game opening up here. It's Spence. He tries to get around us. Jed Spence. Oh, my days. That's close to Javi Simmons. Solanke on the edge of the box, waiting. A 1-2. Solanke's got a bit of a gap. Close again. And Dewsbury Hall up with him from the corner. Tyler Diblin around the back. Vicario, we know he's a loose wire, so he punches it. Just get us in the Conference League at minimum. As Dewsbury Hall, he takes the ball into Tyler Diblin here. Barry making the underlap run. Actually, a bit of a decoy for Kiernan. Dewsbury Hall! That was the chance. That was European football in a singular shot. But still, the game is going on here, and it's Garner to the edge of the box. Tim Orugbunam tries to loop it over Vicario, and that is it. That's the game done. I think Spurs might be happier, as you can see by Jed Spence. Maybe that's kept them in the division. As what's it done for us? Brentford, they've lost. They have lost their final game. We'll look out and potentially get into the Conference League, depending on results elsewhere, I think. What a fall off by Arsenal. Manchester City have won the league. Aston Villa fell off. Spurs easily survived. There was actually nothing riding on that last game. Leeds United get sent down. Crazy, as who beat Brentford, doing us that massive favour? It was Manchester City. Okay. Wait, actually, was it? No, it should be later on in the month. Who beat them? It must have been... Oh, it was Liverpool. I'm not going to be going and thanking the rivals as the FA Cup. That's kind of awkward. Sunderland, we've just been beaten by Port Vale IRL. Live Point's not caught up with that, and Carabao goes to Manchester City. Champions League finals interesting. And also the Europa, very with Aston Villa losing. I don't know what that'll actually do for us going into the Europa League. Maybe Crystal Palace winning the conference could hinder us. I always get to terms with the actual qualification things through the English League. Then ultimately I forget because I'm rubbish at that kind of stuff, and we are rubbish at scoring goals, it seems. 8 for Iliman and Dye, 8 for Tieno Barry, 7 for KDH. Is it a Europa League or Conference League squad? No, it's not. Even with the best players in, and Jack Grealish, I swear, has just got fit today. Hence why I can show him in this squad. I don't know about buying him permanently, especially in this episode, and it doesn't give us the option. However, the -1 rating might actually open a door to buy him. His evaluation should should go down, as I don't want Merlin Roll, a man with actually more potential. I want Grealish, and Martin Sharif looks good. Okoronkwo. We add in our Chelsea save, Isaac Heath, then we've got our own youth players. In Anthony and Cummings in the actual first team. Burns and Rutherford trying to get through the youth team to get in this squad. I'm very happy for the pair of them, and I hope they can actually do it. But that's it for episode 1. Up the Toffees, and see you in the next one.